Jeff's the best performance of the year for the Roadrunners?
We were just cleaner. Defensively, to only allow 50 yards rushing. The first half, they did some good things, some things we hadn't really seen them do, and they had us mixed up on a couple of things, and the receivers made a couple of great plays. Our corners had great coverage. It was just better plays by them. And penalties, we got face mask disease right now. The face mask keeps getting in the way of our hand. So that hurt in the first half. But offensively, we were really good. And special teams, we were really good except for the one kickoff. That's very disappointing. We had three guys at the point of attack and don't get a tackle. Ran the ball very well. 35 first downs, I believe is a school record. Had to be over 250 rushing. Just the mindset of our team. We were just cleaner. Pre-snap. I was happy for the kids. They've had 3 weeks of rough, negative stuff, which we all deserved. But our kids handled it correctly. But it's hard. Football's a tough game. And you don't get to play. I've said it a million times, like basketball and baseball. That's what I love, coaching those sports, man. You get to go back out there again quickly. Football, you got 1 week of listening to all the experts tell you how terrible you are. And it's hard enough on a 56-year-old man. You can imagine being an 18 to 23-year-old man, or 25-year-olds nowadays. But they handled it well. They know we deserve it. They know it's fair. And we responded, so I'm proud of them.
Jeff, what would you say were the biggest signs of progress in particular from last week to this week, or even from the first few weeks to today?
Oh, things y'all might notice it. I don't know. Just our communication, our MAs were down. I can just tell. Offensively, just pre-snap, we were clean. We were just cleaner. We're a cleaner operation. We're kind of figuring ourselves out a little bit. We kind of know who we are, getting some guys in some right spots. Still, the injury bug's always going to be part of it. You still got some of that going on, which messed up some of our stuff tonight. But we were better.
Coach, you had a kind of a good bounce back game from McCown. What were your thoughts on his performance tonight?
I haven't got to, obviously watch the details of it yet, but it appeared he was pretty accurate and on time. There were a couple of decisions, we became a PRO team again instead of an RPO team. But it's nothing spiteful. It's just mis-IDing someone. And these guys that John and them did a good job of mixing up their stuff. And when you're IDing the mic and they move their mic spot all the time, that messes up some run fits, some pass pro, and some RPO game. But I thought he was pretty accurate. He's a better athlete than you think he is. I mean, he runs a lot better, and he showed that again. And he's going to be good. We gotta protect him, and he's young, and he's going to be a good football player.
Jeff, what was your assessment of the offensive line play? It looked like they opened up some pretty big rushing lanes tonight.
We did. It was our best effort. We looked like we did early against Kennesaw the whole game, and so it'll be interesting though, because we've been cleaner at home twice, and haven't been so good on the road. And we've got an extremely tough opponent that we have a ton of respect for, and it'll be an absolute slobber knocker up there.
What is it? I think this is your fourth different starting line combination in 4 games. What does it say about that unit to be able to kind of battle through all that?
I've looked at it. I mean, it's 5 straight years of that. So I know somebody's out there probably thinking, what are y'all doing? I don't know. I was proud of the lineup that played today. They did a great job. Obviously, Vinley was not out there, but Meach and Walker played really well. And I was proud of them. They're tough kids, man. We've been going at it hard. And I was happy they got to be rewarded for once. Because when you go as hard as those guys have been going, they're the ones that, I don't care if you go full pads, you go shell, you go tag, you go thud, you go live. Guess what? For an O-lineman and a D-line, it's live every freaking play. There's just no way around it. So those guys, they're the ones that labor the most on the team. And you like for those guys to be rewarded. I'm in there a while ago, and Kamar's head's down. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? I gave up 1 sack. I said, Kamar. We broke the school record for first downs, and you in here with a long face. That's how linemen are. If I was a lady, that's who I'd be trying to marry, an offensive lineman, man. They're servants, man. They're selfless. They don't ever want to let anybody down. And any former lineman out there, I hope you're representing that group well.
Coach, circling back to the penalties, can you speak to any trends you're seeing? I know with penalties, there can be effort penalties, but there also can be the mental mistakes. So what are you seeing in regards to?
Face mask are, it's pretty random. And, I saw where you're disappointed, like, for example, one of them, I don't want to call the kid's name out, but the stunt we called, he didn't run the stunt properly. So you'll go back and watch the video, you'll see him have to step one step. So he's off balance. And when you're off balance, you just reach and grab something, that thing grabs. You try to grab the side of a helmet and it doesn't grab. So some of that's that. One of them was really confusing. It was on Elijah, number 22, and it looked like he was just getting destroyed on a block, and somehow they got a face mask out of that, so I got to go back and look at that. Pee-wees, if you touch that quarterback anywhere up there, they're going to call it. At first I thought it was really ticky-tack, and I looked at the replay, and I see what he saw. I mean, Owen's left hand just kind of grazed it. You just got to be really careful. You start overcoaching that stuff, you'll have a defense that won't be aggressive and physical. Now, jumping off sides like that was, we can't line up off sides. Those are the things we had to address. And if it's, like I was watching the Nebraska game last night, and everybody's making a big deal out of that guy. It looked like he's punching that guy over and over and over. I got a feeling, I don't even know, but I got a feeling the guy's probably trying to knock the ball out. And when you're punching like that, it's those kind of things. You just got to be really careful till you watch the video before you make too strong of a statement about why that's happening. I know this, but they got Coach Lepp so paranoid. I told him he's got post-traumatic face mask syndrome because every third down he's like, "Are you sure we're off? Are you sure we're off? There's no flags." I'm like, "We're good, Jess. We're off the field."
Jeff, we've talked about looking for explosive plays on offense, and you hit a big one to Willie McCoy in this game. How important was it to get that part of the offense going as well?
Yeah, it just felt good to have a quick drive instead of our, now Lepp loves it when we take all day, get down there and score and run it in. But it's nice sometimes just to breathe and get one. That was a big one. Willie ran a great route. It was a very well executed play. They hadn't been giving us a lot of cover one. They had been going so much zone, but we were running the ball so well. They had to make some adjustments. That's what the game's always about. You got to be able to run the stinking ball. When you run the ball well, everything else flows off of it. We just got to be able to hand the ball to the tailback.
I think we saw a really high level of physicality on defense from your group as well, especially early in the game. Was that a message you guys wanted to send coming in?
I didn't think we were as physical this week as we were last week, personally, Greg, but I appreciate you being so kind. I never want to push back on a compliment from you. I didn't think our effort was at another level. I thought it was good. Our athletes are bigger, stronger, and faster than those guys. And, again, I'm not trying to put down John's kids in any way. I'm just being honest with y'all. We had better players. But I still think we have another level we can get to. I didn't think we had the edge we did versus Kennesaw. But there were some shots, no doubt. There was some physicality out there, to your point. But we're going to need a lot more of that if we're going to survive next week. East Carolina, they bring it on their defense. And our defense has always wanted to be the number one defense in the league, and we never have gotten there. It's always UAB, and then we go to this league, and now it's East Carolina, and the Roadrunners still hadn't been the number one defense, and we want our guys to think like that. East Carolina has been that.
Jeff, these 3 games leading up to this one may have been the toughest 3-game stretch in your tenure here. How much does that weight on you leading up to this one?
It's been heavy, Yeah, it's been heavy. It has been. I wish I didn't care so much, honestly. I've been here 5 years now, and there's a lot of really great people here that have invested a lot into me, invested a lot into our program, from administration down to boosters up. You have a lot of families that pick you, that come to school for you. And, when you don't please people, that's heavy, and we want to do right. And I don't mean we're going to win every game. There's a certain way it's supposed to look. I just didn't think it's looked correctly. That's what's been the heaviest part of it.
So how does it feel now trying to get back on that? You take a step today.
I'm not even going to allow myself to be happy. I know I should, but this East Carolina game's got me really in a certain way because I don't know that we're quite ready to go up there and do that yet, but we've got to find a way to go up there and do that. And I want to give my kids every opportunity they can. So there's some big-time decisions got to be made here in the next 24 hours to get these guys a really good plan to go up there and get back on that plane and snatch one on the road. And a conference win on the road to start conference play is really huge if you can pull that off.
Coach, you were mentioning you might not want yourself to allow yourself to be happy, but can you at least maybe have a little bit of a breath of fresh air after back-to-back losses, maybe?
Yeah, I'm going to try. It's Cara Bear's birthday. It was yesterday, and she deserves the best version of me too, right? So I'm going to try to come home with a smile on my face, and Izzy will make me smile. So I need to smile back. So yeah, I'm going to try to be okay. But truthfully, I'm going to make Cara Bear happy for a couple of hours, and I'm going to sneak my iPad over there and get rolling probably.
Jeff, you just said you don't know if you're quite ready for East Carolina. Sort of what's left to do, or what do you have on the list to check off this week?
Well, you just got to look at them. You got to figure them out, and then you got to get your kids in the best position possible. And you got to look at injury reports and know who's going to be out there for you, and get a good plan. And whatever we decide to do, I want to see it. And if we see it and it's not good enough, we'll come home. But I want to see a plan, executed, and I want my kids to feel some success. So there's big decisions got to be made for a huge game coming up. Thank y'all. God bless. Birds up.
Owen, what did it feel like in the locker room after this one?
Good, good. Obviously, it feels great to get a win. Especially after these past couple of weeks, all we wanted to see was progress, and for those results to show out, it was great to see a win.
The offense had over 500 yards of production. What was clicking today for that unit?
I think a big emphasis this game was running the ball, and it clearly has showed. It helped open up the pass game, but getting those guys going up front, we executed well, and y'all saw what happened.
Owen, what were the biggest differences that you saw this week compared to the last couple games?
I just think this week our detail in practice, taking it day by day, every rep. If there was a bad rep, we'd redo it. And it was just that's our philosophy is winning each day. So to make it right in practice, we know the game will just show, and that's what happened.
You were able to connect on a downfield shot to Willie McCoy. What did you see on that play, and how important was that?
Yeah, it was a great call by Coach Burke. They gave us that that one deep safety look, so we know it's a one-on-one on the outside. Willie ran a great little double move route. It was a great call by Coach Burke, and Willie executed really well.
Oh, and how would you sum up your performance today? You had 2 or 3 touchdowns and over 200 yards. How would you sum up your day?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I'm just glad we got the win. There's always little things. It wasn't perfect and not where I want it to be, but it was progress, and that's all we can ask for. But glad we got the win.
When you kind of look back at first we'll start off with when you went for that first down, you lunched forward, your helmet come off.
Yeah.
Was the decision when you got back to the sideline, okay, let's take the rest of the day off?
Yeah. Coach Traylor just said we'll roll with Eddie, and Eddie's my guy, so I was obviously happy to see him go out there. So, yeah.
And then when you come into this game, obviously back-to-back losses, there's a feeling of getting back on track.
Yeah.
How, is that the feeling of the locker room after a win like this, a dominant performance like this?
For sure, yeah, we didn't blink. Like I've said this week, our motto is E plus R equals O, and these past couple of weeks, our 2 losses, that's our event. That's the E and the R, and the R is the response, and we responded today. And obviously the outcome's the win. So we didn't blink one bit, and glad we got the win.
Owen, what's your assessment of the offensive line play? It looked like they played their best game so far this year.
For sure. I know those guys had a chip on their shoulder coming into it. And it showed, Sunday after that game, watching film last week. And all we can ask for is progress, and those guys put their butts off. So.
It seemed like they were able to open up some pretty big rushing lanes for the running backs. What does that do to the offense when you get that rushing game going?
Right, it opens up everything else. It opens up those deep shots. They have to start bringing a safety in the box, and like I said, it leaves one high safety, which means your guys on the outside are one-on-one. So it helps everything.
Owen, what was it like going through the last couple of weeks and facing some of the criticism that you guys faced?
Yeah. We're a tight group. We try not to look at all that stuff, But like I said, we just had to respond. Win or loss, those guys in the locker room will respond, and I felt like that's what we did today.
How do you rate this team's readiness now to kick off an important game next week with the start of conference play?
Yeah, it'll start, tomorrow, cleaning up this film and then getting right into those guys. ECU has a great defense, has a great team. They mix up a lot of looks, and so we'll definitely have our hands full, but we'll just got to take it day by day. Cool. Thank you.
How y'all doing? Good, sir.
Elliot, thanks for joining us. How would you rate the defensive play overall today? What stood out to you?
It was good by the defense, just eliminating MAs and just being consistent all around.
What sort of signs of growth or progress did you see when you compared this week to the last couple?
Just getting back to who we are and just, making sure we're playing at a high standard.
Elliot, what's it like? What has it been like the last few weeks, kind of going through those 2 losses?
Well, it's what it can build or break your team, and I just feel like our team mentally has took it the right way, and we've been trying to build off of it and use it as fire for conference coming up.
You think a performance like this could help springboard the team forward?
Of course. Just like you said, we took some losses the past couple weeks, so just to get that confidence going, see the offense doing good. It's always good to see that, and just having our defense, rolling how we should be.
What were the emotions like of getting a win like this today? Did the last couple weeks sort of change that for you at all?
Like I said, I just felt like our team did what we were supposed to do today. Like I said, that's really just a standard we should always have.
I know you guys have talked a lot about the effort and the physicality. How would you rate the way the defense played in those aspects specifically today?
I feel like we could have ran to the ball a little better, just overall as a defense. Just continue to clean up on tackling.
How do you rate now this team's readiness to start conference play next week?
I would say, we're ready, and the team has to take this momentum and things we did good this week and past weeks and just, execute at a high level. Good.
Defensively, it's like we've just been asking you, it's been kind of a rough kind of couple of weeks and stuff, and then you look up after this one and there's only just a little bit over 100 yards offensively for them, only 7 points. Just the feeling defensively kind of be okay, like let's breathe some fresh air as we go into conference play.
Yes, sir. I would agree with you on that. We have some great players on defense. Like I said, we just had to, realize who we are, look in the mirror and do what we're supposed to do our job. That's the main thing. That's been the main thing from week 1, just doing your job. And I just feel like the coaches have, been pushing that a lot, and the players have took initiative to do our job too. Appreciate y'all.
Devin, what was the mood like in the locker room after this one?
It was good. Obviously, we got a big win. It's a big confidence booster going into East Carolina week. So, yeah, we'll be ready for next week.
Was this offensive performance more like the Roadrunners you think we'll see the rest of the season?
I think so. It was really balanced offense. O-line did a great job. Receivers made plays when the ball came to them. So, yeah, it was a good game.
Devin, what were the biggest differences or way that you could see this team has grown today compared to the last couple weeks?
I feel like we were pretty clean offensively. I know we still got to clean up penalties, but I feel like we were pretty clean. And O-line, again, they were really physical, and they made big holes for our great running backs. So, yeah.
You guys also hit a deep shot in this game to Willie. How important is it to open up that aspect of the offense?
Yeah. When we can run the ball, they had to respect it, so we were going to throw over their head, and that's what we really did. So.
What was it like for you the last couple weeks going through some of these low points and facing some criticism? How did you handle that?
Yeah, it was tough, but as leader of the team, one of the leaders of the team, you got to keep the corral up and just keep going and pound the fists and yeah.
Do you feel like you guys are ready now to kick off the conference season? What are sort of the next steps for you?
I think we're definitely taking steps to that direction. We still got to clean up some things, but that'll obviously come. But I feel like we did a really great job today.
What were your thoughts on Owen's day today?
I did really good. I gave him a little play with the first drive, but after that he bounced back and he did really well. So I'm really proud of him.
Devin, the offensive line looked like they played, one of their best games. What's your assessment of how they played today, and what does a strong running game do to help the offense overall? Yeah,
they really bounced back for those last 2 weeks. When we have 3 to 5 great running backs, so when we can run the ball down the hill, everything opens up on the outsides, and that's when me, Willie, Chris, whoever, we can win down the field.
You guys think you could take this game and build off it? I know you got a tough one next week, and you've had a couple of tough, rough weeks these last few weeks. What's the general mood moving forward after this one?
Yeah, we can definitely build on this. Like I said, this is a confidence booster game. We're in the locker room where everybody's feeling good. So, yeah, I'm really excited where the season's take us.
So thinking of the game last week, obviously, score there, and then you're on the right side this week. Which type of game gets you more ready for a tough road game at East Carolina?
I feel like they both go hand in hand. You need to play elite level competition to get ready for the American Conference, and then this game. This is we were picked to win big, and we handled our business, and that's a big confidence booster for us. So heading to next week, I think we'll be rolling. All right, thank you.